Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we're set for a good AFC over on offense. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and rankings...
Entering settings screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to office selected.
They don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Into the secondary, past the 40. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now the try here for the point after. It off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Now Stewart on 1st and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And that went off the mark, a little late with the throw. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
On first down, Hamilton. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Broncos, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Dolphins head on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop it, that's what I would call.
Extra point attempt to come here. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that drive 7 plays in length and was polished off by the touchdown run from the 16-yard line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. From the gun, it's Stewart. Rolling. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Stewart sets to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken it around the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 55 rushing yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A handoff as they run the counter play. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, this run defense gets an F so far. They're letting this guy carve them to shreds in the first quarter of play. He's already hit the 100-yard mark.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They'll run on first down. It's Hamilton. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second. And 9. A handoff as they run the counter play. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here we go on 4th down, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Dolphins can't convert. On 4th down, and the Broncos will take over on downs. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 55 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they're doing gap scheme, zones.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he must be on the field at all times.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 71 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. It's the fullback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Now for the point after. And the route is on here in this first half. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading in. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Stewart. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And taken right on the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And They'll run on the inside handoff. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
What we got? Kill.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They're off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Here's Stewart to throw it. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. On 3rd down, Erickson, and they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's in his zone, 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift. Because it's in a game. It's the 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. The solid stiff arm.
112 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
We can't have that.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
95, Mike, 195.
Here's Richardson. From the gun, he'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Here we go. Switch it, switch it.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Whip, whip. Watch the whip.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. The Pats seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Texans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Lions. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
So they've got to get him going, obviously, right? So you've got to get him in rhythm. And we always think of short passes. I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, that counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
On first down, Stewart. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They do it. They get through the flag.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll rumble for about 6, up across the 20 to the 22.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Now left side on the swing pass. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Throwing now, Stewart. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Carry here for their fullback. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Well, after that pickup of a first down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch them by surprise.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down. It's Turner. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Turner. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is... half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Point after here coming up. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stewart. He'll get this complete to Erickson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out come the Dolphins now. they've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run on first down. Turner, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you that they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss. Second and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a solid run down inside the 30. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
On first down, it's Turner. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
About that on 3rd down. So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a first down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. From the gun, Stewart. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll run on first down. It's Turner. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Check 50, check 50.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
There you go. 49, check 49, check 49. Check, check, lucky, lucky.
They'll keep it on the ground. Turner. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Second down, here's Stewart. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And the Dolphins have got it.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On first down, Hamilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And to give this time to the tailback. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
On second down, it's Hamilton. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another
sing is ugly.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Dolphins, they are now 2 wins away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.